Hi, and welcome. You're listening to the X22 Report. My name is Dave, and this is episode 2094A, and today's date is February 11th, 2020, and the title of the episode is Central Bank Last Desperate Attempt to Bring Down the Economy Has Just Failed. And before we get started, let's talk about protecting your retirement. Have you been watching gold recently and wondered how you can get in on the action? This may come as a surprise, but you can without even buying gold. Gold is around 80 times the price of silver right now. That's quite a discount on the dollar, but you stand to make the same kind of profit. Between December and January, silver made over 14%. Now imagine the tax relief on top if you bought silver for your IRA or 401k. Find out more, call Noble Gold now and discover how you can retire safely with silver. Call 877-646-5347 or click the link below. Let's get into the economic collapse financial news. Now we know the central bankers, the globalists, they have nothing to cover up their entire global economic collapse. Their system is dying. They don't have an event. So what did they do? They created an event. This is their last desperate attempt to try to shift everything away from them and basically take it and try to bring down the entire system with fear. And this way, it would affect Trump. How? Remember, Trump has built the illusionary economy up using all the central bank, the globalist weapons against them. And he's been showing everyone where the mainstream media, the politicians, and everyone else, they can't touch him because the economy is doing absolutely fantastic. He's pumping in stimulus. He's lowering rates. While he's doing this, he's bringing back jobs. He's creating new trade deals. He's doing it all. And the central bankers, the globalists, the mainstream media, the deep state players, they do not like this. And they know that if he gets his way, people are going to learn the truth. People are going to understand that the central bank system globally was never working for the people. It was actually doing the opposite. And once people start to learn this, it's game over for them. This is what Trump tweeted out today. New stock market record. Congratulations. Spend your money wisely. Keep America great. Why does he keep pushing this out? Why does he keep telling everyone, look at the stock market? For one, since the interest rates are so low, and they've been low for a very long time, way before Trump, the pension plans, instead of investing in other type of investments where you're getting a percentage return, like a 7 or 8% return because the interest rates were projected to be in that area, they had to go into the stock market because they lowered the rates quite a bit after the recession in 2008, 2009, and they never increased them. Actually, around the world, there's a lot of central banks where they're in the negative territory. So Trump is keeping the pensions stable, keeping the market continually moving up. All this is being done on purpose. Now, if you really look at what is happening here, the central bank establishment, they are using whatever they have left, this last piece of ammunition, and they're trying to bring down the global economy. We had Jerome Powell out there today letting us know that the U.S. economy appears durable with steady growth and unemployment near a half-century low, but we're a little nervous about this viral outbreak that began in China. Now remember, the Patriots, they knew this plan. They knew exactly what the central bankers, the deep state, what they were planning. And they allow them to go forward with their plan. Just like everything else, it's about exposing all of it. And it's allowing them to use their ammunition. Remember, ammunition is hard to come by. And when Powell spoke today, the market took a little dip. Trump tweeted out the following. When Jerome Powell started his testimony today, the Dow was up 125 and heading higher. As he spoke, it drifted steadily downward as usual and is now at negative 15. Germany and other countries get paid to borrow money. We're more prime, but Fed rate is too high. Dollar tough on exports. He wants the Fed to lower rates again. He wants more stimulus. This is being done on purpose. But the Fed knows that if they keep doing this, it's a drug to the system. The deep state players know this. If Trump keeps doing this, it's a drug to the system. And the economy is going to look better and better and better because they've already used this right after the recession of 2008, 2009, all the way up until Trump's presidency. So what are we seeing today? We're seeing the mainstream media out there, and they're pushing the idea that this coronavirus could bring down the stock market and the global economy. This is out of Bloomberg. The coronavirus is infecting the global economy. Here's how. An interconnected global economy is feeling the strain of China's viral outbreak and the potential of a $160 billion hit in lost growth that may be on the way. This is from the New York Times. Global markets are on the edge as coronavirus spreads. Investors have been worried that the mysterious epidemic in China could hurt economic growth. The coronavirus is the number one threat to financial markets. The concern is that the fallout could create a major shock for the markets, even as worries about geopolitics and global trade have eased. What are they trying to do here? They're trying to create fear. Remember, a virus doesn't bring down the market. A war doesn't bring down the market. It's fear that brings down the market. And what are they counting on? They're counting on the fear factor. They want people to react. If the people react, the market will react. The mainstream media is going to push the stories and continually push the stories to push the fear. And they're hoping by doing this, they'll scare the world population. They're hoping for a market panic. We've seen this before. Remember when the central bank pushed rates higher and started tightening during Trump's presidency? Now, during Obama's presidency, they kept rates steady. They brought them all the way down in 2009 and pretty much kept them steady all throughout Obama's presidency. In 2016, what did the central bank decide to do at this point? They said, okay, now it's time to raise the rates. And they did this in 2016, 2017, 2018, until we hit 2019. Why did the central bank all of a sudden stop raising rates? Because the Patriots took control. Remember post-2575? The plan to have the Fed raise rates, steep incline beginning March 2019, in an effort to kill the economy prior to 2020 presidential election, is known and planned for. Structure change coming. Remember, the plan was to raise the rates and bring down the system. Raising the rates sets off a domino effect and allows the economy to implode on itself. Lowering the rates and pushing stimulus adds the drug to the economy and makes the economy look great. If you look back in time, every time the Fed raised the rates and they hit a certain point where the economy started to roll over, they started to lower the rates very, very quickly. And everyone assumed that, because they're lowering the rates, that's why the economy is crashing. No, it's actually the opposite. Now, since the rates didn't work, and since the Patriots took control and they started to lower the rates, that plan went out the window. So what did they try next? Well, they said, you know something? Let's just put articles out there and tell the people that a recession's coming. This might scare the people enough where they say, okay, let me take some of my funds out of the market. Let me not spend in the economy. Let's protect our wealth because the mainstream media is telling us a recession is coming. And they put out a bunch of articles over and over and over. But what happened? Trump had the Fed lower rates again, pushed stimulus, brought more jobs back here. The market went up. The economy got better. As the mainstream media was talking about a recession, the economy got better and better and better and better. Of course, statistically speaking. So their whole entire push went down the drain. You can't say a recession is coming as everything looks better and jobs are getting better and wages are moving up and the lower middle class and the lower class, They're getting jobs. They're making funds. They're coming off of food stamps. How do you explain this? So the deep state, the central banks, they need something bigger. Something that was going to affect the global economy. This will do it. This is our Hail Mary here. This is all we have left. We're running out of ammunition. So they started it off where? In China, of course. Because China, right now, is the manufacturing hub for Europe and many other areas. If they can hit China and push the fear, this might bring down the system. Now, the virus is not going to do it. It's the fear factor that everything is becoming infected. So hide in your house, don't do anything, and if we put out articles letting everyone know that this pandemic could cause the global economy to crash, they just might be able to do it. And they're going to continually put out these articles over and over and over to try to spread the fear around the world. Is it going to work? No. The Patriots knew this. They wanted them to use the ammunition. Remember Trump's tweet? Just had a long and very good conversation by phone with President Xi of China. He is strong, sharp, and powerful, focused on leading the counterattack on the coronavirus. He feels they are doing very well, even building hospitals in a matter of only days. Nothing is easy, but he will be successful, especially as the weather starts to warm and the virus hopefully becomes weaker and then gone. Great discipline is taking place in China as President Xi strongly leads what will be a very successful operation. We are working closely with China to help. The Patriots already knew about this. The Patriots already had plans in effect. And then we come to learn that Xi decided to make an announcement saying that China's prevention and control work on the new coronavirus was having positive results and the country would win the battle against the virus, letting everyone know, along with Trump, that they've countered this. The plan of the central bank of the deep state, their plan to bring down the global economy, has failed already. It failed before it even started. Yes, you're going to hear terrible news. Yes, they're going to show you maps showing that these are all the infected countries. But remember, a lot of these maps that show the entire country infected, there's like 1, 2, 3, 5, 10 people. That's it. Actually, if you look at the flu map, it's about 1,000 times worse than this. Actually, if you look at any other disease than this, it looks 1,000 times worse. But they use this to convince everyone. If you see a map and you show the entire country in yellow or red, and there's only 1 or 2 or 10 people infected, well, the entire country in yellow or red, that goes into your subconscious. That goes into your brain, and you say, oh my God, look at this, the entire country. Even though it's 1 or 2 or 10 people. Maybe. The Patriots saw this coming. They allowed the central bank, the deep state, to use this because they wanted them to use their ammunition. Watch what happens next. Watch what happens when all of this is controlled. And the fear that they're pushing right now starts to die off because the news is about to change. And their whole entire push goes down the drain. Now, without this event to bring down the global economy, what do the central banks have left? They're not getting the war to cover up this global economic disaster. They're not getting this pandemic that they're pushing. They're not getting the rate hikes that they wanted. They're not getting the fear push they wanted. They're completely exposed. That's what this is about. This is why Trump has been tweeting out about the Fed, letting everyone know it's the Fed that is the problem. The Fed is not working for the people. And when all is said and done, everyone's going to realize that it's the central bank establishment. This has been planned for. It's already been countered. They're just letting it play out, just like everything else that we've been seeing. Why interfere with your enemy? while they're in the process of destroying themselves. And that's exactly what the central bank is doing. Listen, everyone, thanks a lot for listening. Be well, be safe, and especially be prepared. Thanks a lot.